Welcome everyone to an awesome showdown between Houseplant as the Azrai fighting up against Killing Smalls as the Children of the Old Ones. So for the RTK boys, starting here with Killing Smalls, we are going to have the double Chameleon Stalkers on the left flank with the double Chameleon Skinks and one of the 3 Feral Cold Girls. In the front, 4 units of the cheap and very cost-efficient Skink Cohort Javelins, backed up here by the triple tanky Saurus Warriors with shields. On the right, we are going to have the double Chameleon Stalkers and the 2nd and 3rd Feral Cold Ones, and in the back here, we are going to have the 3rd. In the middle, we are going to have the best and baddest fire doggos here in the middle, coming here with that stalk and perfect vigor. Anti-large and fire damage here to really damage all those flammable trees with armor piercing and flaming melee attacks. So very strong here up against the Wood Elves. In the front, we are going to have the Lord Choice, the god of all skinks, Oxyotl, the man that can truly pay for himself very comfortably with the Golden Blowpipe and Master Predator and his partner in disguise. We are going to be having the Skink Priest of Beasts here with just the transformation of Gadon, so probably only going to spend about 40 winds of magic out of the total 60. So, for the Wood Elves, we are going to have 5 units of the Dryads dotted in the front, alongside in the middle of 2 units of the Azrai Spears. Now, in the front here with the activated Woven Mist, this is going to be a brilliant ability here coming from the Azrai Spears that gives them in total 60% missile resistance. When they do engage in combat, we will disable this, so you can get that melee defense back and fight just that little bit stronger. In the back, we are going to have triple War Dancers here as well, who do have their ability of the Shadow's Coil, alongside the double elite Blade Singers, the lovely naked ladies here with the magical double swords coming in with the Whirling Death. Plus 25 base weapon damage, negative armor piercing can really help here when fighting up against all that cheerful chaff. In the back, we are going to have the Lord, which is going to be the Spellweaver of Life, here with Arcane Conduit, the Shield of Thorns, Earthblood, Awakening of the Woods, and Life Bloom. Really nice on a unicorn because it comes in with the added magical resistance up to 40%, which can really help there with the added 15%, giving 55% negation up against the Sniper of Oxyotl. So the last 2 units are going to be the double Skirmish Cavalry with the Glade Riders with Hagbane Tips. 94 speed, some of the fastest cavalry in the game, also coming in with Poison Tips with 150 range, giving them some great battlefield control. So for the Lizardmen here, it looks like they're going to be approaching. So they're going to be holding. They really want to get some of these Skink Cohort Javelins, want to get them over the top and firing into the Blade Singers, and also shutting down here some of the War Dancers. Coming forward a little bit here with the Glade Riders, trying to see if we get a couple of cheeky shots here into the front, but it looks like here Smalls is going to be just travelling to the back, getting a couple of shots here from the Umbral Tide, shooting into the front up against the Dryads. Great damage in the front, but we are going to get a bit of return fire there from the Hagbane Tips. And here in the middle of the top, we are going to be starting to meet up against each other. We are going to kite back just a little bit here on top of the hill. Get a bit of a height superiority here for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Looks like here, charging forward, it's going to be Anakin going in with the Blade Singers. Charging downtown with the Whirling Death here as they fight up against the Saurus Warriors. Going to be up to 51 anti-infantry weapon strength here. And so we are going to be getting a spell on top as well. Shield of Thorns. That is going to give a little bit of buff from 51 all the way up there to 54. It's going to be going up and down here depending. But the Whirling Death is really going to help butcher up against these Saurus Warriors. Lovely stuff there coming in with the added physical resistance as well from Houseplant. So we're going to be shooting in the back here on top of the Umbral Tide. They do have 80 armor. They're relatively tanky, but just like early doors, we are going to get our first Manticore from Smalls. Awakening of the Woods, popping on top of the Skink Cohort Javelins. And it looks like here we do actually have the Skink Priest fighting up against War Dancers. Probably not the best location for him. In the back here, it does look like the Chameleon Stalkers were shooting here into the Azrai Spears, but you can see absolutely no damage from them as they are going to have 60% missile resistance. In the front, the Chameleon Stalkers, yet again, going to be shooting here up against the War Dancers. Probably some of their best locations to shoot. And you can see here in the middle, Oxyotl are going to be getting caught in melee combat. The Spellweaver of Life is going to be fighting. Earthblood has been popped. It looks like here as well, we are going to be fighting with Dryad alongside here, a Ferromanticore and Blade Singers with Oxyotl. It's going to be a bit of a dangerous middle here, but we can see Oxyotl using his ninja skills to get out of the middle and just get away here from the Blade Singers. They're going to be extremely fast though, 40 speed, normally about 46 here when not poisoned. I'm going to be chasing up against Oxyotl. He doesn't really have too many places to go, unfortunately. So Javelins firing over the top here. We have the double of the Glade Riders shooting into the Umbral Tide. Umbral Tide are returning fire. They're going to do some great damage here up against the Glade Riders. Anti-Large can really help with the nice big fire burst damage. In the back here, the Chameleon Skinks, wouldn't mind them seeing them focus on top of the Glade Rider Hagbane Tips, but looks like for now they are going to be kiting up against the Dryads. Now they do have 20% physical resistance, so we'll be negating a lot of the damage here coming out of the Chameleon Skinks. In the front, we do see the Skin Cohorts do beat back the War Dancers. The Azrai Spears have fallen. In the middle here, we have Chameleon Stalkers still with ammunition in the pocket, not quite fired up against the Dryads, but we are getting a bit of support here from the range. In the middle, Oxyotl still shooting. Looks like here the Dryads are going to drop. Shield of Thorns was used, but in the middle here, Bladesing is still going strong. It looks like we have Shield of Thorns, Whirling Death, fighting here up against the Feral Cold Ones and the Skin Cohort Javelins. It's like another Awakening of the Woods. It's going to pop down here of these Skin Cohorts and trying to move in with the Dryads with a bit of added melee support. In the back, we do Rampage and Saurus Warriors. They're going to be falling here to War Dancers. And in the middle, going to be pretty healthy, is going to be the Spellweaver of Life. In the back, the partners here are going to be going. Looks like Oxyotl 1.5. 1.5 as well for the Skink of the Beasts. Now, these two are going to be relatively weak, so we do have to be careful with them. The Umbral Tide is still going to be kiting away. 1,100 health for them with 14 models. We can certainly shoot in the middle here up against these trees and do some great damage, or maybe even just push back the Glade Riders. Very good counters here indeed. Lovely Javelins in the front here from the Skink Cohorts. Can we push forward and do a little bit of compromise here on the Glade Riders? Doesn't look like it. Looks like they are just going to pop through the middle, but looks like the fire damage here from the Doggos is going to do some brilliant ripping here up against the Glade Riders. In the middle, the Ferromanticore is going to be shown, the second and last here. Going to be coming down. Hopefully, can do a bit of damage up against the Spellweaver. Arcane Conduit going down. A bit of extra mana. Should be able to come in with some nice spells. Maybe some healing or some of the Shield of Thorns. Popping in the middle, more damage here. Blasting Charges finishing off from the Chameleon Stalkers. The Blade Singers, Whirling Death still activated here as they fight up against the Stalkers. Double Stalkers in as well. In the back, more Stalkers here with the Javelins fighting off Azrai Spears. They're going to break, but without support here of the Dryads, it could be looking pretty bad here for the Lizardmen. Balance of Power is going to be favouring them, but that's pretty much only going to be because the Manticore is on the battlefield. So we are going to be rampaging here with the Umbral Tide, shooting more Javelins into the middle, getting full utilisation out of that range. Now the Spellweaver is going to get away, a bit of chip damage on her from the Manticore, I'm sure, but it's like here it is going to be just kind of hovering around in the middle. We certainly need to get it in the back and put some more pressure on. Oxy also going to be sniping here up against the Spellweaver, and you can smell it. Houseplant has found the sneaky man in the back. Look at those skills, but he gets knocked down there. That's what you get for standing on top of your pipe, my dude. But it's like here, he's going to be down to 518 health. He's going to get broken, and with 55% resistance here. Oh, lovely chip damage there from the Manticore. Big bite from behind, really nabbing at the ankles of the Unicorn. She's going to get out, but without, taking quite a lot of damage here. Oxyotl down to 248. Negative 22 leadership. I don't think we see him coming back here. Skin Cohort Javelins returning. It looks like here we have broken with the Umbral Tide. The poor Fire Doggos, they've done their best. They've played hard. 72 kills for them. I'm sure we'll see them yet again. Manticore falls, and it looks like here the Spellweaver down to 783 health. It's going to be a blow for blow here. 1.5k compared to nearly 2,000 damage dealt there for the Spellweaver. In the middle, the infantry is falling. War Dancers here. Skink Priest is going to be giving some nice encourage here to the troops to try and see if we can fight off these nice elite ladies. In the back, still with ammunition, the Glade Rider Hagbane tips can certainly cause some big disrupt here in the middle. 20% physical resistance, but in total 40% missile resistance. So good that we're not shooting here with the Glade Riders. We do shatter the Saurus Warriors. In the middle, Blade Singers running away as well. Dryads returning here. It looks like the Spellweaver is going to be moving away. War Dancers here with a Woven Mist. Nice stuff there as they come back, just so they don't get shot. They're not going to be in melee combat, so we can certainly use this ability till we do engage. We are going to return here with the Skin Cohorts. I like this coming from Smalls. We are going to stand still, try and regain some vigor. It's super important on leadership and also melee stats. As we move in here, the Chameleon Skinks, so we're going to try and see if we can screen out the War Dancers. Nice movement there, going to notice from Houseplant. Just really wants to get the forces back together, and Smalls is really trying to make sure here that he doesn't get back together, and Earthblood certainly could be on the cards with Arcane Conduit being popped. Shots on the battle side, we are going to be shooting here up against the Skink Priest. Not a lot of leadership, you can see under missile fire, no friends, and also the Lord has fled. So the fact he's going to be getting charged here as well, probably going to be losing in combat. Oh, a lovely pop of the Cold-Blooded. That is an expert use. Should be able to get a couple of kills here before we do lose the legendary hero. So he's going to be fighting in the middle. I don't know if he's going to be able to dominate here, unfortunately. I don't think fixing leadership is going to keep him going. He's going to be getting hit from behind as well. Yep, flanks exposed. Yeah, he's really, really not happy here. He is going to be wavering. No support here, unfortunately, from friends, meaning he will more than likely break and will be going off the battlefield. We are going to be moving backward here. We do have a nice kind of little high ground sort of heroish that we can sort of work off as the Lizardmen. Unfortunately, we do break there as the Skink Priest. Getting away very smartly is going to be Houseplant, trying to get that Hagbane tip out of there. So maybe we get some more missiles into the Skink Cohort and just wither down this force. He is going to break -9, and sadly, that is going to be the caster off the battlefield. In the back, what's going on here? Shots coming out of the Hagbane tips. And it looks like here the Dryads moving in with the War Dancers and also the Blade Singers. Might be a cheeky heal here. 11 bottles still left. We should get some good healing from that. No, it looks like the Dryads are going to go forward. It's like they're not the chosen ones, unfortunately. It's going to be these 4 here getting healed. And it's like here, the Lizardmen are going to be resetting and regaining their forces together. They need to fight as one, otherwise they're going to fall here individually. Good shots going up against the Skink cohorts. The rest here is going to pretty much, with the Chameleon Skinks and the Stalkers, going to have about 40% missile resistance. So maximal value will be coming here on top of the Skink cohorts. So a bit of healing. The Woven Mist going forward here. The War Dancers certainly going to be taking the brunt of the charge. 60% missile resistance is going to help, and that's why you want them going forward first, just in case there's any Chameleon Skinks or Stalkers with ammunition left. And here you can hear the cry of the ladies as they charge forward here with those spears. And then you can hear the cry back come in from the Chameleon Skinks. They're going to be fighting for the old one. But can the Azrai take it here? It looks like we are going to charge in with the Blade Singers. Blade Singers moving in. We don't quite have Whirling Death though. But we should be able to get in and do some brilliant damage. Here we go, charging in with the War Dancers, going up against Skink cohorts. With a bit of support here from the Spellweaver. She's going to be standing and not fighting. But she's certainly encouraged the troops. Azrai Spears, going to try and see if they can find a home. In the middle here, we do have the Glade Riders. Super important. Rear charges here could be extremely good. 94 speed. Moving in here with great charge bonus as well. We do break the Skink cohorts. Do we get away? I don't know if we're going to get away here. I think that's probably going to be a break there from the cavalry. It looks like here, Chameleon Stalkers are going to be holding. They are going to be wavering. It's super close here. We break with one. We hold. But we break with the Glade Riders. The War Dancers are super close. This is a really, really tight scrap here between these two. So there we go. Looks like 2 do break. It is going to be 1 here from the Lizardmen. It looks like the Spellweaver does get away. Some rear charges here. 95 speed with 50 charge bonus. Can really whack up against some of these units. Lovely charge. Good splash. And we break the Skink cohorts. Nice work there in the middle coming from Houseplant. But he's looking a little bit behind. Balance of power is in his favour. But the infantry certainly isn't on his side. So 1 unit here. The War Dancers fighting in the middle. Rear charges yet again coming in from the Spellweaver. Now, it looks like here the War Dancers are going to be at 1,300 health. We should be able to break these Skink cohorts. Rear charges coming in. Looks like an ability was popped there. It looks like it's going to be the Shadow's Coil coming with extra melee defense. This is super important. And the reason being here, and this is a really nice play coming in from Houseplant. If we can add that melee defense, we can hold up against these two, and we can keep getting rear charges here from the Spellweaver of Life. We're going to hold there for that engagement. Make sure we fulfill the attacking role as we move off the remainder of the forces here of the Lizardmen. And they're going to be holding very strong, very true anti-infantry, but only 16 melee attack. But 62 melee defense is certainly going to hold up against all Skinks and Stalkers. We do get some rear charges. I don't know how these ladies are holding on. Balance of power is going to be in the Wood Elf favour. Good rear charges here up against the Chameleon Skinks. We are going to be wavering here. Can Smalls bring it back with 3 units of infantry? I'm really not sure. Great bake. Looks like the fear is going to be taking hold here of the Lizardmen. That is going to be army losses. GG's and well played to the Azrai and RTK Houseplant. Great battle here between both of these brothers of RTK. A fantastic performance. Great armies between both of them as well. Really optimizing absolutely down to the very, very last unit. 82 kills, only 970 damage value for Oxyotl. I say only. I've seen this man get up to 7,000 damage value. Coming in at 1.2k cost, this man is an absolute pain to deal with. So great work coming in from Houseplant. 103 there for the Skink Priest of Beasts, with 700, 880, 820, and 440 for the Chameleon Stalkers. 800, 600, and 390 there for the Tanky Soros Warriors. 433, 420, 280, and 744 for the Skink Cohort Javelins, showing just how strong this unit can really be. 730, 600 as well from the Chameleon Skinks, with 380, 490, 155, and for the Umbral Tide, 1,200. The Fire Doggos truly coming in strong. So 601 there for the Spellweaver of Life. Really, really nice support there from the Shield of Thorns. Earthblood as well. A couple of Awakening of the Woods to get in and just really disrupt those forces, slow them down, and just to do the damage where necessary. And it's like 69, 580, 130, 216, and 500 for the Dryads. A little bit all over the place, but I think a lot of them here got shot by Chameleon Skinks and blasting charges and all sorts of weirdness. 136 kills, 1,100 for the War Dancers. Really holding it true there to the end. 60 kills, 1,011. 101 kills, 815. The War Dancers, the elite ladies here, really performing well. 30 kills, 222 for the War Dancers, with 625. I'm sure these were brought here to deal with all sorts of anti-large, or sorry, should we say large monsters. The anti-large armor-piercing ladies didn't have any brilliant targets to get onto, but they certainly performed very well. 1,585 for the Bladesings, excellent performance. 108 kills for 970. The Hagbane Tips 750 with 1,012 there for the Glade Riders. So great battlefield control from these two, and a really nice army coming from Houseplant. You probably wouldn't expect to see so many naked ladies coming forward, considering only having 15 armor each, up against such a good kite force of Lizardmen. But a brilliant performance and a nice victory from Houseplant. I hope all of you guys really enjoyed this. If you did, please smash that like button. It would really help here on the channel. And drop a comment down below. I'd love to know all your thoughts and opinions. Other than that, if you haven't already, do feel free to subscribe. If you are brand new here, I'm so close to that 1,000 mark. And if you haven't already, do check out that description. You can find all my other social media platforms, most importantly that Twitch, and also Discord. Discord is where you'll see everything I ever do anywhere here on the internet in regards to games. That'll be Total War, Age of Empires, anything like that. You'll also see all of my single player and my multiplayer content, as well as all my leagues and tournaments I offer on a weekly basis. And most importantly, that replays for casting section, where you can leave videos just like this one for the future, so hopefully you can see it here on the channel. Other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon.